Hey, what's going on, guys? Bomb Mentality here, and today I want to bring you a quick trade recap. Trade I took this week on Amazon, and kind of the lesson from this trade is to listen to your gut. And when I break that down, listening to your gut means if you notice certain technical signs that make you a little bit uncomfortable, perhaps they're a contraindication of your position. When you see this sign, it's is a bearish signal, right? Or a signal that strength is slowing down, or the trade may not be entirely going the way you anticipated. When you start seeing those signals, what I always do is start to peel some of my position off, and I'll go into that. And in this situation specifically, the bearish divergence I saw and how it kind of saved me on Amazon on the move. So I'm just gonna hit this real quick here, guys. I'm gonna get this pulled up. So first, this was on the 10th. So this is from this week, 2 days ago. Wednesday, I bought 5 of the Amazon 4,000 calls at $9. 72 days till expiration. So I had a lot of time on these, okay? A lot of time. So if this stock really ran, I was gonna give it time to run because I had a specific price target in mind, and then these are for May 21st, of course. But I ended up selling these just a day after I got them. And so I'm gonna talk about why I took the trade and why I sold them. So on Amazon, I bought these on the 10th. So what you can see here, the 10th is this day here on the right. What you can see is we had the huge sell-off on the ES. You got the SPY here. I have the SPY here. We see the huge sell-off here. And then as the SPY is moving up, Amazon's moving up as well, which is a strong correlation sign. We just broke out, the 10th is this day. We just broke over the 3060 supply here. You can see it was supply here on the 4th. Supply here on the 8th. And I'm on the hourly chart, by the way. We had just broken out over that and pulled back and consolidating here around that 3060, 3040 area, right? So what I was looking for was a get long Amazon, looking for a move over 3100. The reason why I was looking to do that was because the SPY broke over 388, was consolidating there, and I was looking for it to potentially make a new all-time high, moving up to take out that 395. Since we broke over this supply, we only had a little bit left, and as you can see, we did end up going higher. But at the time, I didn't know that. So when I saw the SPY consolidating here on the 10th on the hourly around that 389, I went ahead and got long Amazon. This pullback, the stock price was about 30.40. I'll zoom in a little bit here. It was on this day right here. So as we pulled in right here, I went ahead and got long those contracts. And I was break even on those into the close. I bought them around 30.40. Then I was break even because it kind of pulled back a little bit and then closed. I had a lot of time on these. So the idea was and this is where the divergence comes in. So kind of pay attention to this, guys. So on the 10th, which is this day right here, if the SPY were to break out on a new all-time high and hit the price it did on February 15th, which was this day right here, if we were to see the SPY move from here on the 10th up to here, right, so I could have equivalent prices on the 15th, I would expect Amazon to do the same. So Amazon would move from this day, from 3060, 3100 area. I would expect it to move all the way up. Zoom out a little bit more. All the way up to right about here, towards 3300. So at least a move through 3200 if it was to equal the equivalent price that the SPY was at, if SPY were to make a run back to all-time highs. So I wanted to see Amazon rip through that 3100, 3150 and go straight for 3200 when the SPY moved for all-time highs, right? That was what I was looking for. So what ended up happening? We saw here on the 10th, we saw the SPY move to the upside towards 392. We got a huge gap up and rip here to 395, so nearly a new all-time high. So the SPY was up here. The SPY got up here on the 11th. We got up to 395, nearly a new all-time high, right? So I would expect Amazon to at least gap up and rip towards 3200. But what ended up happening? Okay, I'm gonna go to the 5-day, 15-minute here. Zoom in. I got long on this day into the close. We did get a nice gap up, right? A nice gap up, immediately flushed and ramped into 31.31 and just started slowly pulling back. So I was long these contracts I had. I gapped up. I was definitely had a profit on them, but I did not like the fact that we weren't further ahead. Back in the day when you would see amazing correlation on Amazon. The bulls would have rushed in this thing and it would have opened up, at 3200 on a gap like this, right? On a 5-point gap on the SPY. We got this 5-point, the 3-point gap and run, and Amazon barely got anywhere. That wasn't the correlation I was looking for. So as you can see, I'll show you just jump into the trade here. I got 5 of the 4,000s at 9, right? Okay, the next day we popped up here and right at 31.30, when I saw start to stall out and we weren't nearly as high as I expected us to be, I went ahead and just sold 3 of the 5 at 10.30, right? So I made $1.30 per contract, so $130 per contract. So I made $390 off this piece. I still was holding 2 contracts, right? I sold 3, I still have 2 more, right? So I gave it some time towards the close. We continued to sell off and stall out while the SPY was still sitting up here towards that 394. And I just was not feeling the trade. I didn't like it. It was approaching end of the week. Amazon did not make the move that I used to. And I knew if we got one downside move toward the low of the day, that'd put me dang near close to break even on these contracts. I'm not going to take break even when I'm already at a profit. So what I went ahead and did was here on the pullback to VWAP on that towards 31.15, I went ahead and sold the rest of my contracts. So even though I had 72 days to hold these things, I went ahead and sold them out. I sold the second half there, or not the second half, but the last 2 contracts. I sold them for just 50 cents each, or 40 cents each, right? No, I sold them for 70 cents each. Yeah, 70 cents. I forgot I had that $9 average. So I sold them for 70 cents each. So $70 a contract. So I made $140, right? So when you add that together, the total profit of $530 on that overnight swing, which is 11.7% return on investment. I'm investing for $4,500 into this. So the lesson here is that I got out of these contracts in the close, so I'm all out. The next day, big gap down, right? Big gap down. And you'll notice if I zoom in here, we got this gap down on the SPY. Well, when we opened up, we reclaimed all the way to green, right? We reclaimed all the way to green, so we're above the prior close, and we're moving up after hours. Look at Amazon. We didn't even make it anywhere close to the prior close. So you can see the bearish divergence that I recognized on yesterday continuing into today, right? Even though we went up. So that's the sign that I noticed, and that's how I kind of use prior dates to reference how stocks are doing. If Amazon was in a bullish divergence to the SPY, it would have actually gapped up above where it was on February 15th, right? But instead, it didn't even get close. So if you go and check the premiums on this day, I guarantee you they were below my entry. I guarantee you. This got killed into the open. They were probably might have hit break even on this push up towards 3,100. But yeah, so that's all I got for you guys today. I just want to talk about that trade. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. If you guys are interested in joining the chat room, there's information for that in the description below, and there's information on my Patreon. If you need anything, just leave a comment, send me an email. I'll answer any questions you guys got. Send me some tickers, send me some charts. I will definitely look into that for you. And I got to get out of here, guys. Remember to stay focused, to focus on the bot mentality, which is the trading mentality where you learn to eliminate your emotions so you can trade like a machine, guys. I'm out of here. Deuces.